Hey everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Today we're going to be talking about foreign bullpups. Should be a good time. Let's get shooting. Alright, well today we got a special episode where we're going to be looking at some pretty cool bullpups. Now, new on my channel is the Steyr AUG 16-inch bullpup. It is the A3 M2 version of the Steyr AUG bullpup. Comes with the Picatinny rail. Sometimes that's been some of the complaints about it. It still has a side rail for mounting optics, but it's got the rail pre-mounted. This is their modernized version of it. Now, there's a lot of cool things about the Steyr AUG, but mostly we like that it's in Stormtrooper white. But mostly we like about this is a die-hard gun. Super cool, super cool. So we're going to be talking about that. And of course, what's so cool about bullpups is that this is a 16-inch rifle. The ejection ports are over on this side of the gun, right by where you put your face. The magazine gets inserted down on this end. I'm not going to show that, of course, YouTube. One of the cool things about a bullpup is that with just a little bit of effort, you can remove the barrel and hot swap to something that is not as overheated or whatever you want to do. Easy switch to 300 blackout, so on and so forth, or a shorter barrel if you so desire. But what we also have here on the table is the IWI Tavor. Yes, sir, we have the Israeli special. Very cool gun. Again, a very similar design, but some would argue perfected by the Israelis. A new modern design and take on it. Again, very similar. Mag goes back here. Ejection port over right by where your face is. One of the nice things on these is that you get the full 16 inches. You could get 20-inch barrels. You could get so on for longer barrels, but you get a full 16-inch barrel in a very compact size gun so that you can do close quarters combat, but you take full advantage of the 5.56 round. That's one of the cool things about it. It's close quarters, full ballistics that you would get out of your 5.56 rounds that were actually designed for much longer barrels than these 16 inches, but they still get pretty great performance in 16s, and they start to degrade as you go down in barrel length. And you want to get a similar size rifle like the M4. You're going to be going to a 10.5-inch barrel, 10.3-inch barrel, 11.5-inch barrel, and you're going to lose some of that ballistics that you might want and hope to get out of 5.56. So that's some of the benefits of the bullpups. Of course, some of the downsides is sometimes the triggers, because essentially you got to have a trigger pull that's up here, and it's on some type of system that brings it back and actually actuates the firing system up at this end. So it's a very long, connected system that allows when you're pulling that trigger, and sometimes they're heavy, sometimes they're a little crunchy, but hey, you get over it. And actually, as I've been firing it, I don't know. Of course, you can get trigger performance by some aftermarket trigger kits. Geisley for the Tavor makes one. I know some other shops make one for the Steyr AUG as well. And then you can start to get closer and closer to the performance of the AR. But again, we're getting that full-length barrel in a very compact package. And it's just, both these guns just have the it factor. All right, let's get shooting. Okay, well, first up, we have the Steyr AUG. We are going to just take some velocity measurements with some Winchester white box 55 grain generic FMJ ammunition. Shoot 5 rounds out of the Steyr AUG, and then shoot 5 rounds out of the Tavor. Okay, let's take a quick look at the session summary for the Steyr AUG. We got a min of 30.27, a max of 30.56, and an average of 30.88, stream spread of 60, total kinetic energy of 1140. That's pretty good performance out of the Steyr AUG 16-inch barrel. Let's see what the Tavor does. Similar barrel, see if we get similar performance. Okay, now we have our Tavor. Got it all set up. Again, very nice rifle. Shoot this down. We'll get 5 shots, see what it's giving us on the chronograph. Take it off safe. 30-21. All right, for our session summary with the Tavor, we had 5 shots. We have a min of 29.94, an average of 30.35, and a max of 31.09. So the max was higher, but our average was just slightly lower. I'm sure over time it's going to be very similar. We have a 1-8 twist on the Tavor. We have a 1-9 twist on the AUG. So, and again, our max kinetic energy, very similar, 11.25. These two guns are right there together. All right, so what we're going to do, we got a couple of mags. We're going to shoot the Steyr AUG, shoot the Tavor, try to shoot 5-round groups, 5-round bursts, maybe 2 rounds of 5 rounds in each gun. See which we like the impulse, how we like the feel of the shooting gun. I have a friend out here with me. This Tavor is his. The AUG is mine. We'll try and compare. I have a suspicion he'll like the Tavor and I'll like the AUG, but we'll see how it goes. 10 shots in each gun. We'll swap. We'll show him shooting. He doesn't want to be on camera or at least on the microphone. So I'll hear his opinion and I'll relay that to you. And I, super swear, promise I won't fudge what he said and give you a different report than what he said. All right, here we go. We got the AUG out. All right, we got 10 rounds of that. Okay, and now we have the Tavor. We're going to shoot 10 rounds, 2 5-round groups. See how I do. All right. Oh, I think I did 9 rounds. I can't count. I don't know. These are very similar performing rifles. There definitely are some different ergonomics going on here. One thing that I didn't point out is it has backup irons built into the rail. As you'll see, here's the rear and the front. I think that's pretty cool on the Tavor. It's got a more modern safety lever, more AR-ish type of safety. So there's a few accoutrements of the Tavor that's just a little bit more modern and easier to kind of shoot. But for whatever reason, I know I naturally am getting just a little bit lower on the stock on the AUG, and the sights are a little bit better, but not better. The sights aren't better, but it's better at the right height with it. So I don't know. That's probably just gun setup. All right, let's have my friend shoot it and see what he thinks. All right, here we go. Very nice. All right, now the Tavor. All right, well, today was a fun day. We had both a IWI Tavor and we had the Steyr AUG out. We had a lot of fun. I want to wrap up with some of our comments and closing comments and thoughts and feelings on this. Have my friend give me his comments. He says, the AUG shoots a little bit softer. Well, the AUG has a brake on it, so that's the difference. So I think these two guns, very similar in performance. The Tavor has a little bit more modern controls, a little bit more controls that we're used to. The R15, meaning it has a spin dial safety on it. We like that better than the cross bolt. It just feels controls where the mag release and the bolt catch, all of those things are just a little bit more comfortable maybe on the Tavor. But the Steyr's got the whole Die Hard thing going for it, so we have that too. So lots of reasons to like both of these. Put in the comments below whether you are a Tavor fan, whether you are a AUG fan. Put in the comments below whether you even like bullpups or you consider a bullpup. I'm bullpup-curious. How about that? That's where I am at on this subject. I hope everyone has a great week, and let's get to shooting. On trigger bar, on camera, perform. One of the cool things about a bullpup is that we can... The Second Amendment protects from the crown.
living for freedom, defending our rights. We got in our hearts, we'll rise to new heights. From the range to
One of the cool things about a bullpup is that